cool. So, YouTube, what is up, guys? I have a brand new video idea that can I've kind of been thinking about, and it's talking about YouTube, right? Just my progress here on YouTube. It's been like almost a year now since we've been making content, and we're at about like 450 subscribers or so, right? Um, and I kind of want to make this video really quick just to journal my progress, how it's been, where I'm at, things like that, and things I've learned along the way. My goal with this video is I would like to hopefully encourage someone out there to try something new, get out your comfort zone, and just give this a shot. I mean, honestly, I've met so many incredible people, whether it be through collabs or just going to random convention and be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber, I'm a beginning new YouTuber, blah blah, that kind of thing. What do you do? Things like that. You can meet so many incredible people that genuinely I wouldn't want to exchange this experience with anything else. I've liked the progress we've made so far here on YouTube, and genuinely I cannot thank you all enough. Thank you so much for the support, the viewers, the subscribers. Everything that I've been seeing so far has been amazing, so thank you all so much. So let's begin. I made a script earlier. Unfortunately, because of this VR set, I will not be able to read it. Oh my goodness, sorry. I will not be able to read it. But nonetheless, I do still kind of remember of where I started. So first things first. For a while now, before I began my journey on YouTube, let's just begin by saying that I had a lot of hesitations, doubts, things like that genuinely just stopped me from creating content. And I think for a while now, I kept overthinking of how to make the perfect video, create something new, that kind of thing. And I feel like too many content creators like myself, before I started, waste too many time just constantly overthinking this stuff. And I feel like it holds people back. It did for me. And once I started getting out of that mindset and was like, you know what, let's focus something new. Let's just create and see what happens. That's the best way to go about it, and that's what helped me, right? It might suck because, again, you are creating something with complete strangers. Your friends might support you, they might not, who knows? But for the large portion of YouTube, it will be complete strangers hearing your stories, hearing your perspective, things like that. That's kind of how it begins, right? That's one thing that held me back, right? Once I decided to just start sharing video essays, things like that, and started seeing the views, that's where I was like, okay, I like where it's going. I like the editing process, things like that, and I want to keep going. The fact that you guys have been supportive, building community, sharing about these things, talking about movies, random things like that, things that I enjoy, things that I saw along the way, it helped me a lot. And honestly, I want to keep producing. We spend too much time figuring out audio, figuring out the best editing techniques, things like that. And I feel like we, again, hold ourselves back too many times where people just kind of just stop. YouTube for me began as an idea, right? I was about 10, 15 years old when I first began, and I began basically by watching, PewDiePie, things like that, Game Theory, all those channels that are slowly no longer a channel anymore. That's kind of what I grew up with, right? And I've always, let me fix my headset. I've always been fascinated by content creation, creating something new, or creating something from scratch. And I kind of just want to make more, right? So I've always, for years now, I've always been in the back of my head, want to create something new, that kind of thing. And here we are, right? COVID began, and we were all locked indoors. My room is very small, so I do apologize if you see those little sensors. Anyway, we were all locked indoors, and I took that time to just edit, try something new, whether it be, I basically just downloaded a program, right? DaVinci Resolve. Started from there, and the rest is history, right? I didn't know what the hell I was doing, obviously, right? Because you see the layout of DaVinci Resolve, and it looks like Photoshop, right? You don't know where to start. You don't know where to begin. You don't know anything of what does what is color gradient, all those things, whatever. It's a mess, right? And I get that. Then comes the next step, GIMP, which also, again, looks like Photoshop, right? You don't know what the hell you're doing, but hey, you know what? It's free. And if you do want to start YouTube, I do recommend those two things right there. Oh, sorry. Those two things right there. Give those a shot and come back to me once you're a YouTuber and I want to see your progress. Hopefully you can like take something from this video and again, make something new, make anything. And that's how I began mine, right? So going back to that story, COVID happened, we were locked indoors, and I decided to just take that time to like learn DaVinci Resolve, editing, all that stuff, and the rest is history, right? My first video came and unfortunately got like 20 views or something, like that, 30 views, nothing crazy, right? And of course, obviously I was like, my mood was immediately killed, right? I'm like, I spent all this time editing, chopping down what seemed to me a perfect video, and once you upload it, you get no views, right? Zero. I tried. It's the progress and the process of making a video that I initially fell in love with, right? Whether that be editing, Photoshop, things like that. That's what I fell in love with the most, right? When it comes to content creation. At that point, COVID again, we didn't know what else to do. What the hell can I do? There's nothing to like do outside, that kind of thing. I also live in Vegas. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. Stranger might, if a stranger comes across this video, whatever, but I live in Vegas, right? So obviously like everything's closed. You go to the strip, that's our main like thing to go to, right? And because we're such a tourist attraction, everything was closed. There's literally nothing to do, right? So what else can you do other than stay inside your home, right? Boom, got it. I decided to just take that time, once again, just edit, work on new things, and just keep producing, right? I came across this anime that I randomly watched. I don't really watch anime like that. It's more just like, I have freaking 7 days a week stuck in home. What else can I do, right? So I decided to watch an anime called Mushoku Tensei, right? I don't know if I pronounced that right. So I watched that and immediately was drawn into the story, right? Kind of weird. It's like one of those like things where someone dies, they get reincarnated into a real world, that kind of thing. But basically wanted to elaborate that into further into making a video, right? Discussed about that kind of thing. And once I uploaded it, surprisingly got like a couple thousand views, right? So I was like, all right, cool. This feels great. It's the biggest dopamine rush you'll ever have, like in terms of YouTube, right? As a small content creator like myself. Then came the next video, right? It was COVID, decided to watch an anime, and I believe I picked up Blue Lock, right? And kind of went into the, not necessarily the show, but rather the mentality of sports being the number one, that kind of thing. Just discussing shows, animes, things like that into a much more like topic for that's more open for discussion, but also not necessarily like, it's more of just a bigger audience kind of like video that I decided to produce immediately, right? I think I want to say it's at like 25,000 subscribers or something crazy like that. And I remember this happened in like a span of like a week, right? I remember I woke up one morning, saw like a bunch of notifications, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? How the fuck did people get in touch with my video? And that's kind of what made it for me. Waking up that morning, seeing all those views, that's kind of what pushed me to where I'm at today, right? Creating video essays, documentaries, things like that about random shows, whatever it might be. I guess the rest is history. And my biggest takeaway that I can give you guys in terms of content creation, that kind of thing, is that I really recommend everyone to just start. Like, just put something out there. Everyone there has a hobby, has a something you're passionate about, something you, again, enjoy watching like I did, just want to talk about it and like show it to the world, whatever it might be, anything really. Sometimes YouTube starts from the simplest ideas ever, right? Even this video. Again, I'm a subscriber with 450 subscribers. What the hell do I know about YouTube? Nothing, literally. I'm not even monetized yet. But it's the fact that I want to talk about my growth, and maybe this inspires someone out there to create a channel of their own, right? And I hope I can, because again, the experiences you have meeting with other people, collabing, things like that, they're genuinely experiences that no other like job or whatever out there will give you this situation, right? It's so hard to put into words, but it's the fact that I genuinely just want people to like start creating, start making anything out there on YouTube, right? Publish anything, because truly, like, the experiences I've had here on YouTube and in real life and convention, whatever it might be, cannot replicate this anywhere else, right? Again, I'm going to go back to this point, but let me just reiterate one more time, right? I want everyone, I just want everyone to just, if you ever had that dream of like content creating or making something, editing, Photoshop, painting, anything really, anything that deals with creativity, right? I want to forget what other people think about it and just try it. You never know, you might build a community out of it. You might, again, make subscribers out of it. Who knows, right? And that's really all you got to say. Again, I am still technically a nobody. a YouTuber at 450, almost 500 subscribers. So consider this as an early like 500 sub special. Ooh. Anyway, but that's kind of all I got to say, right? I cannot thank you all enough for this journey we've been in. I am genuinely just excited for more. After this video, we're gonna go back to the whole like video essays, documentaries, that kind of thing. One thing I've always wanted to try, and maybe hopefully if everything goes into plan, I would like to invest in a camera. Again, one of the dreams I've had, solo traveling, always wanted to try it, never had the time to. Might, again, just work, right? We'll see what happens. So with that being said, let's get to the main introduction. I feel like I haven't made a like introduction about my YouTube because it's all over the place right now, right? So let me introduce myself. My name is Kevin. I am a small content creator named Naoki TV. It's kind of like a play on words. I took it from my middle name. Yes, I am half Japanese. That's kind of where it comes from. And just to give myself a little bit of oh my goodness, my hands. A little bit of anonymity. I decided to use my middle name with some like anonymity so people don't know if it's me. I like to create, again, what I just listed: video essays, documentaries, shows, music, things like that. I grew up with watching a lot of these things. Being able to just show the world that, you know, you can talk about anything that you just watched on a movie, a TV stream, whatever. Have other people like, you know, share their experiences or what they felt watching this. Such a rewarding experience for me, and I want to create more. Appreciate you all guys for watching the video. Guys and girls, I apologize. And again, at 450 subscribers, I am so thankful that we are in this position today, because I remember last year, right, where we were at like 80 subscribers or something like that, right? I remember we got to that point and I was like, how different would it be where my mind would be at like, again, 400, 1,000, 2,000, whatever it might be, right? Or let's say one day we wake up to like 10,000 subscribers, whatever, right? Where would my mind be at, right? And I almost kind of want to make this a series of like maybe subscriber milestone, or every couple months, years, whatever it might be. Just document my progress and where my mind's at. So my first video for this entry is going to be obviously about like just content creating, content growth from 0 to where I'm at, like 500 subscribers or so, what I've learned along the way as a small content creator. Not necessarily obstacles, but more of the challenges we mentally might face before we upload that first video. And again, I kind of hope just this encourages anyone out there to try it, give it a try. You might not know where you end up. Again, I never thought I'd have 450 subscribers from doing this, and that alone is incredible. So I do want to thank you all enough. Thank you all so much for hearing this rant, whatever you want to call it. That's all I really got to say. So thank you all so much. I hope I can see some amazing new beautiful faces down here. And again, if you want to stick with me in this journey, thank you all so much. This is me signing out. Peace, peace. Love you all. And I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.